Hello, this is Paulette back. Now, this is going to be video number 2 in my series on deep sky objects. Of course, these are all pictures taken with the Celestron Nexstar 4SE telescope and my one-shot color camera ZWO ASI 120 MC-S. This is a camera made for planetary, and believe me, if you've seen my planetary video, you can see it takes pretty cool pictures of the planets. But we're using it for deep sky, just because I like using it for deep sky. So let's take a look at some of the pictures that I've got so far of some objects. I want to show you Messier objects. Messier objects M-44, the Beehive cluster, M-45, the Pleiades, M-46 and M-47, a couple of new Messier objects that I never photographed before that turned out, in my opinion, really well. So let's take a look at these 4 Messier objects. Alright, so what we have here is M-44. Now, as you can see, this telescope and this camera really zooms in on just about any object you're attempting to photograph. I'm going to be using a 400 millimeter telescope in the future to get some wider shots of these open star clusters. But for now, we had the Celestron Nexstar 4SE on the Alt-Az mount and took these pictures. I used auto-stackered, registacks, and then put 3 or 4 of them in sequitur, which can stack a small amount of pictures, and this was the final result. Now, here we're going to talk about the stars. In this picture, we see 39 Cancri, 40 Cancri, and SAO 80338. Now, stars come in more than one category. Sometimes they can be listed as HD category, and 39 Cancri is known as HD 73665. It is 6.5 magnitude and 608 light years away from the Earth. 40 Cancri, as you can see, is also known as HD 73666, and it shines at magnitude 6.6 and is 587 light years away. SAO 80338 is also known as Tycho 1395-819-1, and it shines at magnitude 8.75 and is 609 light years away from the Earth. Okay, so continuing with M-44, we get this next photograph, and what I love about the Beehive is when you zoom in on these stars, you get these triangle formations, big bright stars that appear as triangles. I think it's pretty cool, and that's why I love this star cluster so much. Now let's talk about the stars. Here we have HD 73711. It shines at magnitude 7.5 and is 617 light years away. We also have 73731, and that's also known as Epsilon Cancri. It shines at 6.3 magnitude and is 587 light years from the Earth. Below that, we have TYC 1395-1849-1. That shines at 9.7 magnitude and is 608.5 light years away. And the very dim star underneath that is TYC 1395-1826-1. And that's 10.5 magnitude, 625.6 light years away from the Earth. That's pretty cool to get a star that dim and that far away. Okay, moving on to the triangle on the left side of the screen on this photo, and we have HD 73618 shining at magnitude 7.3 and 418 light years away. We also are showing you HD 73619 shining at 7.47 magnitude and 615.5 light years away. We also have HD 73598, and that is 6.75 magnitude, the brightest star here in this local triangle on the left, and it is 701 light years away. Right above it, since this is a double star, we have Gaia DR2 66127 shining at magnitude 11.6, and that's 605 light years away. This is pretty cool. My telescope and camera picked up 11.6 magnitude star. The ones in the very top of this photograph are also around 11 and 12 magnitude as well. I think that's pretty good. I'm very happy with this. Here we get a little bit of a different view. This is a combination of deep sky stacker and Registax. I had to get those black anomalies out of the stars. That's why I used Registax in wavelets to fix that. And we get a few more stars shining in this picture. It's the exact same stars. This is 7 seconds of exposure. And I think this is pretty cool. I took the exact same picture. By the way, these were all shot on February 16th, 2023. I forgot to mention that earlier. So I took the same exact picture, put it in GIMP, and got a little bit of color, a little bit of a black background, and made it into a even better picture than the one we just previously looked at. I'm really happy with this. This will conclude our views of M-44, the Beehive cluster, and next we're going to move on to show you some pictures of some stars I got that are located in M-45, the Pleiades. Okay, so on February 1st, I set my telescope on the Pleiades and I picked up this bright star, Messier, with its companions surrounding it. So let's take a look at a few of these pictures. This was stacked in Deep Sky Stacker. Then I worked on it in Registax and GIMP and came up with this. Okay, so Messier is featured here, and it shines at magnitude 3.8 and is 383 light years away. The other star prominent in this photo has been identified as HD 23387. It's 7.2 magnitude and 338 light years away. Okay, so here we're going to show you two more pictures of these two stars, and they were processed in DSS, Registax, and GIMP. You tell me which one of these two pictures you like the best in the comments below. Okay, so a little bit below and to the right of Messier comes this group of stars featuring 18 Tauri. So let's look at some pictures here and identify the stars I captured. Okay, so in this photo we have the stars and they are identified. The bright one, as mentioned before, is called 18 Tauri. It shines at magnitude 5.63 and is 409 light years from the Earth. In the left corner, we have HD 23351. It shines at magnitude 9.0 and is 456 light years. Above that, we see HD 23352, shining at magnitude 9.6 and 448 light years away. In the upper left corner, we have V969 Tauri, and it shines at magnitude 9.6 and is 592 light years away. We also captured TYC 1803-1010-1, shining at magnitude 9.9. That's almost a 10 magnitude star. Also in this photo, below HD 23352, you see a dim star, not identified, but right around 11 or 12 magnitude. This photo was taken and processed in Sequitur and GIMP. On the same night that I captured Messier and 18 Tauri, I also happened to catch this group of stars just below 18 Tauri, and I think they make a pretty cool little addition to our group of stars that we're discussing here today. As you can see in the photo, we have HD 23232 shining at magnitude 8.85 and only 247 light years away. Above that, we have HD 23269 shining at 9.8 magnitude and 440 light years away. Let's take a look next and identify these other four. In this photo, we identify the other four stars, starting with V1084 Tauri, shining at magnitude 10.8. It's 454 light years away. We also have V1038 Tauri, shining at 10.4 magnitude and 439 light years away. We also have V1169, and that shines at 10.9 magnitude and is 445.5 light years away. Also identified in the lower right corner, we get Tycho, which is also known as TYC 1803-454-1. This shines at magnitude 11.5. Pretty cool. And this is 1,021 light years away from the Earth. How cool is that? To get a star that dim and that far away. Okay, so moving on, we have M-46. When I first seen this star cluster in February of 2023, I was blown away. Look how many stars. This is a star cluster that can be found in the wintertime near the constellation of Canis Major, which is the big dog and where the brightest star, Sirius, can be seen. It's right around in that area, and I had a lot of fun finding this using my Celestron Nexstar 4SE telescope. This photo was taken and processed in Sequitur and GIMP. Here we have the bright white star in the upper left corner, identified on astrometry.net as NGC 24372. This star shines at magnitude 9.23 and is 5,338 light years from the Earth. I think it's pretty cool to see an object that dim look this bright in this photo. but that's what the Celestron Nexstar 4SE can do for you, and that's why I'm using it. This is awesome. Next, we have a close-up of the star NGC 2437-174. This star shines at magnitude 10.7 and is 6,107.8 light years away from the Earth. I just wanted to identify this star for you just to show how dim these stars are in this particular Messier object. It's very cool, and I think that's awesome that I can photograph stars this dim. Here we have the same Messier object, M-46. This particular picture was processed in Deep Sky Stacker. I put it in here and show it to you because I just wanted to show you the difference between processing pictures using Sequitur versus Deep Sky Stacker. Wow, look at all those stars. This is just 4.6 seconds exposure. The telescope is being used in all-as mode, so it's difficult to get a lot of stacked images because the telescope mount causes the stars to move, and so it's more difficult to take long exposures. However, I now have my Celestron 400mm travel scope connected to the mount, and I will be using that telescope on the mount next year when I take photos of the same Messier object, and maybe by then I'll understand better and be able to use the EQ mount that comes, the EQ wedge it's called, that comes with the telescope, and maybe get something really spectacular to show. But for now, we have this. I still think this is pretty darn good. Next up, we have M-47, featuring the bright double star HD 60998 and HD 60997. HD 60998 and 60997. 60998 is magnitude 6.8 and 97 is magnitude 7. As we look one final time at Messier 47, we're going to end this video now because it's getting pretty long. You got to see a lot of good Messier objects here, and there's a new video coming out very soon which will demonstrate the Messier objects of summer found in our very own Milky Way galaxy, in Sagittarius and Cepheids constellations in the southern sky in the summertime. So look for that video coming out soon. Please subscribe to my channel. I do live broadcasts and I want you to not miss out on them. So please ring the bell to get near notifications on your computer and on your phone. Thank you very much for watching.